in this video, we will talk about defects of eye. Now we will discuss about two types of defect in eyes. First is myopia and the second is hypermetropia. So first discuss about myopia. What actually happens in myopia? The person who is affected by the myopia will not see the distance object clearly. It means that a myopic eye will see the near object clearly, but the far object will become blurred to its eye. So let's see what actually happens in a myopic eye, how the image is formed there. Let's suppose it is an object, it is at distance. The light rays will pass here. First take the example of normal eye. First the light ray will pass through here. Here it gets refracted and the image will form here. This is the case of a normal eye. And what actually happens in a myopic eye? This is the object. The light rays will move through here. Because of this convex lens, it gets converged here. And the another ray will pass through like this. So the image is forming before the retina. So image is not forming in the retina and the image is forming here before the retina. That is the reason why a myopic eye can't see a far object quite clearly. Now we will see how it can be corrected. So by using a concave lens, it means that you can use this in your spectacles. The concave lens will diffract the light rays. It will refract the light rays. After that, it will pass through. And the image will form in the retina. So, by using a concave lens, a hypermyopic person will be able to see the far object quite clearly. Now, let's discuss about what are the reasons for this disease. First is high converging power. Of eye lens. As we have studied further that if the eye lens is having more high converging power, then it will convert the light rays coming from there in very short distance. It means that the image will form here. So in these conditions, the eye lens of a person, the eye lens of person's eye becomes more power. That means its converging powers become high. The second case is second reason is elongated eyeball. That means it is a normal eye. Let's suppose this is a normal eye. But if its size become more large, that become this. In first situation, object is here, it will converge like this. The image is forming here. If it is become elongated, that means now the image is again forming here, but the size of this retina becomes too big. That in that situation, the object, the rays coming from the object will diverge here and the image will form here. That means the image is not forming in the retina. That is the reason. These are the two reasons. First is high converging power and the second is elongated eyeball. And that can be corrected by using a concave lens of required power. Now second disease is hypermetropia. It means that in this defect a person will see the far object clearly, but the near object will become blurred to this eye. Let's see the first case, how near object will look to a normal eye. That's the case of normal eye. So the light rays will pass through this. And get converged here. And the next ray will pass through and the image will form here. But in a hypermetropic eye, the image will form like that. Means the image will not form in the retina. The image will form beyond the retina. That means the image will form after the retina. If the image is not clearly in the retina, it means that the things which are near to us will become blurred to our eye. Now, how it can be corrected? It can be corrected by using a convex lens. By using a convex lens, first the light rays will pass. It get refracted. After that, the image will form here on the retina. So, by using a convex lens, when we use the convex lens in our spectacles, the light rays get converged here and the image will form exactly on the retina. Now, let's see what are the reasons for hypermetropia. First thing is less converging power. If our eye lens become less converged, then that means the light coming through this, the lens will convert less light. That means the image will form here before the retina. And the second reason for this is shortened eyeball. That means if it is the eye, firstly the image will form here in the retina. If this eyeball is become shorter, that means it becomes like this. Then the meeting point of these two rays will after the retina. That is also reason why the near object becomes blurred to our eye. It means that if the rays will meet at before retina and after retina, then the image of that particular object becomes blurred to our eye. So to make them intersect in the retina only, in first case in myopia we use concave lens, in the second case we use convex lens of appropriate power. Then the third case comes is presbyopia. Presbyopia is similar to hypermetropia, but it actually happens in old age when the ciliary muscles become rigid and the power of accommodation of our eye lens become less. At that age, the near object becomes blurred to our eye. In that case, the old people after the age of 40, they are not able to read newspaper, books, and they can also use the same convex lens of required power to see this. So we can say that presbyopia is also a type of hypermetropia. So here we completed the defects of eye, 3 defects of eye. First myopia, hypermetropia, and the third is presbyopia. In the next video we will see how light passes through glass prism.